Hey, welcome back to Livin MN Outdoors, and thanks for joining us for this week's fishing report. If you guys use any of the guides or resorts mentioned in the fishing report, please let them know you saw them on Livin MN Outdoors. And if you would, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button below. So with that being said, let's dive into this week's report. Alright, we're going to start out with Mille Lacs Lake this week. Walleye is going to open back up on Saturday. It was closed from July 1st to the 15th, but you'll be able to start targeting those again as of Saturday. Now, I talked to Jeff from Castles Resort. He didn't have a walleye report for me because they haven't been able to fish for him, but he said the northern pike bite has been really good. He said they're trolling spinner baits, specifically black and red and orange. And they're trolling those at about 3.5 miles per hour over the deeper weed beds, and they're picking up a ton of really nice pike. So if you want to go catch some pike, that's a good start right there in Isle Bay. Now, he did say that the bass bite has slowed down. Those fish are moving out deeper. He said either a drop shot or a Ned rig is working for those, but he said there hasn't been a ton of those bass being caught. Now, they are going to resume their launches, which is their big guided boat. They'll be firing those back up on Saturday, and then they'll be running those from Thursday through Sunday from 5 to 9 p.m. So if you're interested in booking a launch trip, go ahead and give Castles Resort a call. Now, he did say they have some cabin availability, so if you want to stay up there, bring your own boat or go out on the launch while you're staying at the cabin. Book that as soon as possible, and I did hear some rumors of some fall specials coming up soon, so be watching for those. So if you're looking to get up to Isle Bay on Mille Lacs Lake, go ahead and give Jeff a call from Castles Resort. Alright, now moving over, we talked to Mark from Norseman Guide Service, one of the premier smallmouth guides out on Mille Lacs. He said that the bite has definitely slowed down. As far as depth goes, he recommends anywhere from 16 to 27 feet of water. He said the fish are still moving around a ton. He said soon here they should be locking on to their midsummer homes, and then you should be able to get on a lot more of them without moving a ton. Now, he recommends still using a Ned rig and a drop shot. He said the best color for him right now has been that green pumpkin. He said even in that deep water, though, they are still boat shy. So find the structure you want to fish, anchor off of it, and make long casts and work it really slow. So that's his advice for catching smallmouth right now. Deep rocks, boulders, the key areas for them smallmouth this time of year. Now, he did want me to mention, he does ask that you continue to release those 14 to 17 inch smallmouth. There's been a decline in that population, so get some pictures and then get them back in the water and return them nice and healthy. Now, if you guys would, go ahead and check out the Mille Lacs Lake Smallmouth Alliance. You can Google that, it'll pop right up. Consider becoming a member, and all of those proceeds go to furthering the population of smallmouth on Mille Lacs Lake. Alright, so if you're looking to book a guided smallmouth trip, go ahead and call Mark from Norseman's Guide Service. Alright, now moving over to Lake Winnibigoshish. I talked to Chad from the Pines Resort. He told me they're still catching some walleyes, but it has gotten a little bit tougher. He said the areas to target is still that deeper structure, the deeper rocks, the reefs, whatever you can find out deeper where there's some sort of a transition. He said the best ways to target those fish are with bottom bouncers, are pulling spinners. He said night crawlers, leeches, minnows, all of those have been producing. Now, during the low light periods, those walleyes are still moving up on the shoreline structures, up in a little shallower. He said the best way to target those is trolling cranks or pulling spinners along the deep weed lines. Now, as far as bass goes, he said the bass bite is still really strong. They're catching those on the weed edges or up in the lily pads if you can find them, reeds. They're hanging tight to the weeds right now, so find some weeds, pitch up in there, and you will catch some really nice bass. As far as the panfish go, he said the panfish have moved back out deeper. It's a really tough bite right now. So bluegills, crappies, not the easiest to target right now. But he did tell me the perch are starting to school up. They've been catching some really nice jumbo perch, and he said that should only get better as the season progresses from here on out. Now, if you're looking for a guide up at the Pines Resort, you can go ahead and call the resort. Chad has been running some guides along with they have another main guide for their resort there. So go ahead and call them, get the details on that. If you're looking to stay up there, they do have cabin availability. They have tent and RV sites, and they have a full barn restaurant, so plenty to eat and drink while you're up there. That's where we're going to be this coming weekend, so if you guys are up in the area, make sure to swing by the Pines Resort, say hello, and hopefully we'll see you up there. Alright, let's move over to Leech Lake. I talked to the guys from Leech Lake Guide Team LLC. They said that the walleye bite has slowed down some. The mayfly hatch is wrapping up, but them fish are pretty gorged on mayflies right now, and it has slowed the bite down some. Now, he did say, looking for walleyes, he said target that 12 to 15 feet of water. He said the areas to look for are soft bottoms or sand to weed transitions. He said the best way to locate those fish is trolling cranks or crawler harnesses. And then he said when you do locate them fish, you can slow down, either cast a jig or a slip bobber with a leech. And sometimes you can really get on them schools and capitalize on the walleyes that way. Now, as far as the panfish go, he said those have pulled out some. He said they are still finding them in that 10 to 16 feet of water, usually located around some deep weeds. He said in order to target those, use a 16th ounce jig with a small leech or a minnow. And he said sometimes while you're fishing them walleyes too, if you catch a bluegill, a crappie, or a jumbo perch, he said sit there a while, fish those areas out, and sometimes you'll get on a big school of them panfish and you can fill the live well pretty quick. Now, as far as muskie goes, he didn't have a ton of information, but he said that the muskies have been roaming the vast shallow areas of Leech Lake, and that the best luck they've been having is pulling big bucktail spinners. So, other than that, don't have a lot of information as far as pike or bass out there, but they still are catching walleyes. They're getting some nice panfish, and I have seen some pictures of a few good muskies being caught. Now, if you're looking for a place to stay up on Leech Lake, we always recommend Horseshoe Bay Lodge. They have great lodging options there. They have cabins, hotel rooms, whatever you're looking for. They got hot tub, pool, sauna, steam room, full barn restaurant. You can even pull your boat up at the marina and have a nice meal out on the patio. So, if you're looking to get up to Leech Lake, whether you want a guide or a place to stay, you can call Leech Lake Guide Team or Horseshoe Bay Lodge. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this week's fishing report. If you do get out and catch some fish, take some pictures, send them to our email at livinmnoutdoors@gmail.com, and we will feature you in next week's fishing report. Now remember, be kind at the boat ramps, get out there, have some fun, but most importantly, don't forget to get on out there and get living.